Recording in progress.
Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, December 4th, 2023 to order, and we will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. Tonight's public participation, we are meeting both in person and virtually. If you would please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And Sean, will you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor J-Rush.
I'm here.
Councilmember Baggett.
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin.
Here.
Councilmember Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Malinga.
Here.
Councilmember Rakes.
Here.
Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Here.
Thank you. All right, under announcements and mayor's proclamations this evening, we are going to begin with a presentation from the King County Sexual Assault Resource Center, an update for those of you here to provide that, if you would like to come up to the podium. And please give your names and city of residence for the record.
Hi, Mayor, Council. Dennis Higgins, City of Kent, a former Kent council member, and I'm a current board member for King County Sexual Assault Resource Center. I'm here today to join our new CEO, Kate Krug, and our outgoing and esteemed and very much missed already founder of KSARC, Mary Ellen Stone. And I'll begin by introducing Mary Ellen Stone.
Thanks. Mayor, council members, it's lovely to see you. I want to just take a few minutes, give you a quick update, and then turn this over to Kate. Three things. You were one of the first cities back in the late 1970s, early 1980s. Some of you were not on the alive. Certainly many of you were not on the council. But you were one of the first cities to stand up with us. You took a real risk. We were King County Rape Relief, and you said, we believe in what you're doing. We know this impacts our citizens. We care about making a change, and we're going to stand with you. And so I thank you for having the courage and the foresight to do that. You have made a real difference, and your support, both here as council members, your financial support makes a tremendous amount of difference to your citizens every single day. In your packets, you have a document which gives you a snapshot of the services we provided to your residents, your citizens, in 2022. So you can see 250 Auburn residents contacted us for help. Over half were children and teens. 33% identified as Latinx. We don't always know people's identity. They may or may not share that with us. As well as for people who are refugee or immigrants, as well as people who are homeless. But know that we do our very best to provide a full range of services to your residents every year. You can see on here the income and the ages, gives you a snapshot again of what we're doing. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for standing up. The other thing I want to ask you to think about is we're seeing a real sea change when it comes to looking at issues of sexual assault. And I think that there's an effort in a lot of places to minimize victims' voices, to say it wasn't that big of a deal, to say if it was a teenager who was assaulted by another teenager, it's like, oh, that's just kids being kids. And it's kind of shocking for somebody like me who's been around for so long to hear this coming back again. I thought we had gotten past that, but it's coming back again, and it's coming back in the guise of we have to reform or change the criminal justice system. Those two things need to be separate. We have to reform and change the criminal justice system to make it more equitable. That shouldn't be at the expense of victims of rape and sexual assault having their voices minimized. You are in a position to lead. You are in a position to make sure the victims' voices are heard in this forum, in a lot of other forums that you have the pulpit. You can do that and make sure that people are getting the help and they're being validated. They're being told that what happened to you wasn't right, and that the person who hurt them should be held accountable in some way, and that they should get some sense of justice in what works for them. So your work and our work is not done. We're entering a new chapter. Your support has never been more valued and appreciated. And I want to just introduce you to Kate Krug, our new CEO, who joined just like a month ago. And just say a few words. Thank you again.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. As Mary Ellen said, my name is Kate Krug, and I just joined the KSARC team about a month ago as their Chief Executive Officer. I have about 18 plus years of experience in human services. The majority of the time I've spent focused on helping and supporting women, girls, transgender, and non-binary individuals access, whether it's housing, those are experiencing food inequities, they are experiencing gender-based violence or any sort of inequities, really supporting those efforts to make sure that they receive all of the wraparound services and supports that they need in order to lead successful lives. I'm so proud and honored to be on the KSARC team and join such a wonderful organization. And I'm just so thankful to Mary Ellen for this smooth transition. She's been with me every day for the past month, really helping me and introducing me to all of you wonderful individuals that have been supporting KSARC from the very beginning. So I look forward to working with all of you and continuing Mary Ellen's strong path forward for survivors. And I just can't wait to continue these efforts with all of you. I also have some buttons for all of you, our Be Loud buttons, and more of our packet. I ask that you continue Mary Ellen's work forward over the next few years and continue to be loud with us at KSARC. So thank you so much. May I ask where I can bring these over?
If you want to give them to our city clerk, she'll make sure that we get them. Kate, thank you very much. Dennis, thank you for being here tonight and all of your work in support of KSARC. And Mary Ellen, there aren't enough words to say thank you for your courage, for being loud, for being bold, and for standing up for those who have no voice. We will miss you, but we will continue your work, and we so appreciate the legacy that you are leaving, to know that in South King County and all of King County, sexual assault is not acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to move on to proclamations. The first one tonight is for Financial Literacy Week, and we have some Auburn Mountain View High School DECA students, Hallie Sudwigs, Maggie Alfrey, and Brooke Ketchum, if you'd like to come forward. Hello. All right, Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas Auburn Mountain View High School DECA provides students with the chance to create and change their community using their intellect and business-like skills. And whereas DECA students Hallie Sedwigs, Maggie Alfrey, and Brooke Ketchum are creating a financial literacy program to raise awareness about the importance of financial literacy, with the focus that life for students should be more than just memorizing math equations. Recent polls show that most high school students have no idea how to write a check or maintain a good credit score. And whereas, according to a California State University study, only 12% of elementary and high school classes currently teach forms of financial education. California State University also found that if students could learn how to file their own taxes in a classroom, then they would be better prepared in their financial futures. And whereas the Mountain View DECA students want to educate others about financial literacy and its benefits for teens, as well as prepare them for their near future and now, therefore I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of Auburn, do hereby proclaim December 4th through the 8th, 2023, as Financial Literacy Week and encourage all residents in our community to learn more about the benefits of financial literacy and to encourage the youth in our community to indulge in these lessons that teach them how to be financially literate. Dated this 4th day of December, 2023. We'll give the proclamation to you. And if one of you, all of you had something that you would like to say?
I'll just explain a little bit about our project. So with this project, we hope to first attend DECA State and then hopefully be able to attend DECA Nationals. And with this project, we plan to travel to just different schools throughout the Auburn School District, elementary, middle, and high school, and just provide different lessons on financial literacy, how to be smart with your money and kind of needs versus wants and just saving. So yeah, that's a little bit about our DECA project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You want a photo?
Thank you.
Thank you. And next is Entrepreneurship Week, and also Auburn Mountain View High School DECA students Cameron Singer and Bridget Smith. Cameron, I have a feeling it was your grandmother that I saw today with that last name. All right, Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas the Auburn Mountain View High School DECA chapter, an affiliate of the National Marketing Education Program, is a national student organization dedicated to the training, education, and improvement of young people. And whereas the Auburn Mountain View High School DECA Club desires to participate in an important civic project that will provide club members with opportunities to demonstrate leadership skills, personal and group responsibility, and civic consciousness, as well as contribute to the improvement of their community. And whereas more than 10.5 million Americans are self-employed and there are approximately 25 million small businesses in the country. And whereas small businesses currently employ more than half of the country's workforce and account for more than half of the private sector's economic output. Whereas small businesses provide approximately 64% of new jobs added to the economy over the last 15 years. And whereas in Auburn, there are approximately 1,500 small entrepreneurial businesses in which each business has an average of 7 to 10 workers, overall employing approximately 10,500 Auburn residents. Now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim December 10th through the 16th, 2023, as Entrepreneurship Week and encourage all students and residents of the City of Auburn to join the Auburn Mountain View High School DECA chapter in their campaign to inform others about the opportunities of entrepreneurship, dated this 4th day of December, 2023. If you would like to say a few words, whomever wants to do that.
Hi everyone. I'm just going to talk about what we want to do, and mainly we want to focus on teaching middle schoolers and elementary schoolers about how to build your own business, probably starting at Rainier Middle School next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Council, we're going to be busy tonight with appointments and reappointments. First is the Arts Commission. City Council to approve the reappointments of Christine De Leon, Tori Olson, and Tricinda Mayfield to the Arts Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to move for the reappointment of Christine De Leon, Tori Olson, and Tricinda Mayfield to the Arts Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baldwin.
I'll second the motion to approve.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Once again, we appreciate the community mindedness of our residents here in Auburn, and they make a big difference, this Arts Commission, in our community, and want to express my appreciation for that.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of the reappointment of Christine De Leon, Tori Olson, and Tricinda Mayfield to the Arts Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Salary Commission. City Council to approve the reappointment of Judith Anderson to the Salary Commission for a 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2027. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I move to approve the reappointment of Judith Anderson to the Salary Commission for a 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2027.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
The Salary Commission is a unique position we have here in the city, and one that does a lot of work every year. And so I appreciate the work of Judith and the other commission members, and think it'd be great to reappoint.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of the reappointment of Judith Anderson to the Salary Commission for a 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2027, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. City Council to approve the reappointment of Aman Gag to the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'd like to move to approve the reappointment of Amen Gag to the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Malinga.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
As our fellow council members have said, that it's really nice to have these folks to reapply to serve in the positions that they have served in. And it's nice to have Mr. Aman to reapply to be on the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor of the appointment or reappointment of Aman Gag to the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion carries. Next is the Tourism Board. City Council to approve the reappointments of Julie Kruger and Rachel McAllister to the Tourism Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Rakes.
I move to approve the reappointments of Julie Kruger and Rachel McAllister to the Tourism Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baggett.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Rakes.
Like everybody said, it's just great that they're willing to do it again, and honestly, I couldn't think of 2 better people to be on the Tourism Board.
Thank you. All those in favor of the approval of the reappointment of Julie Kruger and Rachel McAllister to the Tourism Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. BIA Ratepayer Committee. City Council to approve the reappointment of Bill Cowart to the BIA Ratepayer Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move to approve the reappointment of Bill Coward to the BIA Ratepayer Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. Bill Coward has done a great job in the last term, so it would be nice to see him continue this job. Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of Bill Cowart to the BIA Ratepayer Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Civil Service Commission. City Council to approve the reappointment of David Mank to the Civil Service Commission for a 6-year term expiring December 31st, 2029. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I move to approve the reappointment of David Mike to the Civil Service Commission for a 6-year term expiring December 31st, 2029.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Brown.
I would second that motion, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Again, it's always nice to see these folks to stick around and get reappointed to the positions that they have served for already several years, to re-up and serve another 6 years, expiring on the 31st of 2029.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of David Mank to the Civil Service Commission for a 6-year term expiring December 31st, 2029, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Junior City Council. City Council to approve the appointment of Patricia Amadeo to the Junior City Council for a 2-year term expiring August 31st, 2025. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move to approve the appointment of Patricia Amidio to the Junior City Council for a 2-year term to expire August 31st, 2025.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Malinga.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. It's really nice to see young people stepping up to learn about being on council, especially junior council right now. So it gives them a good idea of what happens behind the scenes on the council. And I commend Patricia for stepping up, and this is going to be a good experience for her. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All those in favor of the appointment of Patricia Amadeo to the Junior City Council for a 2-year term to expire August 31st, 2025, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Parks and Recreation Board. City Council to approve the reappointments of Michael Palco Dean, Peter DeTuri, and Michael Hassan to the Parks and Recreation Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to move approve the reappointment of Michael Palcodine, Peter DeTuri, and Michael Hassan to the Parks and Recreation Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
I second that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. This commission is very important in our community. We see it all the time, the impact that the Parks and Recreation Board has on our community, and so I urge a reappointment.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of Michael Palcodine, Peter DeTuri, and Michael Hassan to the Parks and Recreation Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Planning Commission. City Council to approve the reappointment of Judy Rowland to the Planning Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I would like to move to approve the reappointment of Judy Rowland to the Planning Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baggett.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I have worked under Judy Rowland when I was on the Planning Commission, and I really enjoy working with her. She does a fabulous job chairing the position and working with their commissioners, and I think she will continue doing a fabulous job that she has done. Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of Judy Rowland to the Planning Commission for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Transportation Advisory Board. City Council to approve the reappointment of Peter DeTuri to the Transportation Advisory Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Button's not working.
There we go.
Well, yes, it's my pleasure to move to approve the reappointment of Peter DeTuri to the Transportation Advisory Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
I'll second that motion, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Peter DeTuri is a great contributor to our city, our community, and this is just another example, and this is why I urge your support.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of Peter DeTuri to the Transportation Advisory Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. And now finally, the 11th appointment of this evening, and the final one, Urban Tree Board. City Council to approve the reappointments of Bryce Landred and Linda Belichick to the Urban Tree Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilmember Malinga.
Your Honor, I move to approve the reappointments of Bryce Landrum and Linda Belichick to the Urban Tree Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Rakes.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Malinga.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bryce and Linda will do a great job on the Urban Tree Board, so I am asking for their reappointment.
Thank you. All those in favor of the reappointment of Bryce Landred and Linda Belichick to the Urban Tree Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes. We are complete with the reappointments for the year. Thank you, Council, for looking through all of that information and making sure that those reappointments and appointments are good fits for our city. Sean, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we will move to audience participation. This is the place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issues. Do we have any online or written comments for this evening?
No, Your Honor.
Then I will dispense with the way of how we handle those and move to in-person participation. Is there anyone that would like to speak this evening? Is there anyone? Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record. And please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Haugen, 2503 R Street Southeast. A little bit hoarse. I hope you'll understand. If you'll bear with you. You will not like why I'm here. In 1993, 94, 95, I started to learn about a piece of land out by Kent. I had no idea that at some point I would be on a city council when we got threatened with a lawsuit because we didn't agree to put utilities on that property. I sat right over there. And we got told, citizens of this community got told that they could not speak at a hearing about Verdana and the property they owned that Kent simply wanted Auburn to take care of. I know why Kent bought that property. It was a water source. There was one person on the Planning Commission said, these people are here to speak, and I would like to hear what they have to say. So we spoke. I had the gall to go to a King County meeting and speak against a project because I agreed with a bunch of people from Kent who did not want that property to be developed. We had a mayor, his name was Bob Regner. He used to talk about, hey, you want rooftops and asphalt? Go ahead, vote for the other guy. I was on a council and we tried to put a little bit of a slowdown on over commercial development. Now, we will take a water source and we will plant houses all over because that's what the developer wants. I know what's going to happen if one of you votes no. Then the developers and the contractors who make money off all those houses or hope to, they're not going to like you and they're not going to want people to vote for you. It happened to me because I know that when we have a water source, do not cover it with rooftops and asphalt because those people will take copious showers. They will run dishwashers, they will plant grass, and they will water and water and water. They will go right down here and buy fertilizer to make it green. They will fill their children's wading pools with water. And someday, our grandchildren will not have any water because this city council decided that it's okay to build rooftops and asphalt all over a water source. Kent has been able to get water from the Cascade Water Alliance. I was on the city council. I know, I believe we are buying water to provide it for somebody up on the hill. Now, you are about to make a terrible mistake. If you think I have not been in reviews over and over again, you think I have not been to the hearings and seen people beg the city of Kent, please don't develop it. The city of Auburn, please don't develop that property because you are disturbing land that needs to, you want to help that land, plant some trees because all the trees have been cut down. And if I'm going over time,
Virginia,
the
you are
last
going
part
over
is to
time.
thank
Your
the
time
mayor
is up.
for making many children very happy. We liked your speech. You were speaking right to the entire community.
Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you
Your
very
time is up.
much.
Thank you.
And I am so sorry that I take so much of your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Is there anyone else that would like to speak? All right. We will move on to, let's see. We have no correspondence for council review. We will move to council ad hoc committee reports. Council ad hoc committee chairs may report on the status of their ad hoc council committee's progress on assigned tasks and may give their recommendation to the city council, if any. And we have the finance ad hoc committee chaired by Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. The Council Ad Hoc Finance Committee, consisting of Councilmember Robert Baggett and myself, reviewed one set of claims vouchers. For those dated November 29th, 2023, we reviewed 30 pages of claims vouchers, including 3 wire transfers and 2 electronic fund transfers, for a total of approximately $3.35 million. The committee also reviewed one set of payroll vouchers for the period covering November 16th, 2023 to November 29th, 2023, totaling approximately $3.28 million. This amount for payroll includes payroll check numbers 539-541 through 539-543 in the amount of $662.56. Electronic deposit transmissions in the amount of $2,509,340.12, and also a special payroll for police commission and sergeant's comp payout payroll with electronic deposit transmission in the amount of $162,821.77. All questions by the committee for the Finance Department were answered to the committee's satisfaction, and upon completion of our review, the committee recommends that council approve the vouchers. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Brown.
I'd like to second that motion, Your Honor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. The consent agenda for this evening consists of the minutes of November 20th, 2023 City Council meeting, minutes of November 27th, 2023 study session meeting, claims and payroll vouchers as described by Council Member or Chair Baldwin. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Questions or comments about the consent agenda? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business this evening. We do have one item under new business tonight. That is the selection of the deputy mayor. And the council, all of you have the information about the selection of the deputy mayor in your packets. And if we have any questions, I also have your council rules of procedure available here. How we start this is, in fact, I will read this to the public. And this is not all of it, but any member of the City Council who will have served on the council for 1 year at the beginning for that council member's term as deputy mayor may be nominated for the position of deputy mayor by having that council member's name placed in nomination by a council member. The nomination of a council member for the position of deputy mayor does not require a second, and a council member may nominate him or herself. Nominations for the position of deputy mayor shall be made by members of the City Council on the dates of election for a deputy mayor position, which is this evening. In connection with the selection of deputy mayor, it is strongly suggested that council members approach the election in an open, transparent, and respectful manner, avoiding anything that jeopardizes harmony among council members. All right. At this time, I will open nominations for deputy mayor for 2024. Are there any nominations? Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to nominate Councilmember Larry Brown, as I think he would be a very fair person, and he's knowledgeable, and he would be a good replacement. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baggett.
I would like to nominate Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? All right, we have 2 nominations. This evening, I will, if either of the, first of all, do both of the candidates accept those nominations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, I will give each nominee a couple of minutes to speak if they would like to about whatever they would like to talk about as the deputy mayor position. Who would like to go first? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. And indeed, it would be my honor to serve as deputy mayor for this council. I am privileged to sit here with highly qualified public servants that devote a great deal of their time to this council. And I would endeavor to make that relationship within the council as cohesive and as strong as possible, and to work with the mayor and to create the best possible governing environment that we can have. The local governance, I think, depends on relationships as much as any place in government. And I promise that I will do my best to maximize that cohesiveness, that working together, and minimize any conflict. There will always be some conflict. We can differ in our opinions of substantive issues, but we don't need to be disagreeable with each other. So that would be my pledge if I'm elected. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I am honored to have been appointed again by my council member, Bob Baggett. I have served on this council for 10 years. I have worked very closely and had good relationships with all of my council members. I have served on several committees. I'm still serving on committees. I have passed several resolutions that were hard to bring to council and to get my council members to support it. And I will continue to do that. I have been elected to be on a National Leagues of Cities where I'm working with 120 board members and 15 board members that I work very closely with. I have the respect of theirs. I have tried to work very closely with the council members that we have now, and I will continue to do that. I have built my relationships with our directors. I have built those bridges with our different organizations in our cities, with the tribal, with Orion, with Boeing. I have a very good relationship with all of them. I will continue to try to work with each and every one of our council members. If there's indifferences, I will try to sit down and listen to you and hear where are the issues that we can fix or if there's fixable. I've been working with the mayor for 10 years. I think that we have built a good relationship, and I would like to continue to build that relationship with our mayor and our fellow council members. I will like to continue serving with my directors and our council and bring back and listen to each one of our council members. What do they want to bring to council and bring it to the body and try to make that come to council, because we need that. We need that unity. We need that respect. We need that loyalty for each one of us. Everyone outside of our city, they say the city of Auburn has got the best council members. We never hear any disputes. You guys all get along well. You all love each other. And I have to say, we do have disagreements. We do have some conflicts among each other. But I feel that we do respect each other when we come to that. And I will continue to do that if I'm given the opportunity to be a deputy mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, council, so as the rules of procedure say, the names of all nominees for position of deputy mayor shall be included in one vote. So what that means is I will say all in favor of Councilmember A. Those of you who wish to vote for Councilmember A, please raise your hand and say aye so we can count those. And then I will say all those in favor of Councilmember B. Please raise your hand if you are voting for Councilmember B and say aye. Remember, I know I don't need to tell you this, but it's only one vote. So I don't believe there will be a tie unless there's an abstention, but we will do this until we have a new deputy mayor. All right? All those in favor of Councilmember Brown for deputy mayor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor of Councilmember Trout Manuel for mayor or deputy mayor, please say aye.
Aye.
I believe the votes are 5 votes for Councilmember Brown and 2 votes for Councilmember Trout Manuel. Thank you. Thank you both for putting your names in. Being the deputy mayor is not always an easy job. I appreciate both of you stepping forward to do so. And congratulations to you, Councilmember Brown, for being appointed as Deputy Mayor for 2024. All right, we will move on to ordinances. Ordinance number 6922, an ordinance relating to planning, adopting 2023 Annual Comprehensive Plan map and text amendments pursuant to the provisions of RCW Chapter 36.70A and adopting corresponding rezones related to certain map amendments. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to move adoption of ordinance number 6922.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Rakes.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ordinance number 6922 amends the 2022 Comprehensive Plan to incorporate city-initiated comprehensive plan policy, text and maps changes developed as part of the 2023 Annual Comprehensive Plan process. On October 17th, 2023, the Planning Commission at a regular meeting held a public hearing on CPA 23-0001 through CPA 23-0004 and recommended approval of policy text and map amendments to CPA 2023-001 through 003. I would also like to add, so many people have worked diligently on our comprehensive plan this year, but I want to give a special thank you to the Planning Commission and extend our appreciation for the work that they have done in this process.
Thank you. Council, any questions or comments? All right, all those in favor of ordinance number 6922, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6922 passes, and that was a significant amount of your packets this evening. As I look, there are, fortunately, my packet doesn't get any heavier, but tonight there were 996 pages of text in this packet. It is a big packet. All right, moving on to ordinance number 6925, an ordinance amending section 19.02.115, 19.02.120, 19.02.130, and 19.02.140 of the Auburn City Code relating to school impact fees. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would move the adoption of ordinance number 6925.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Title 19 impact fees of the Auburn City Code contains standards and regulations pertaining to the collection of impact fees in the city of Auburn. Impact fees are authorized by state law, specifically Chapter 19.02 School Impact Fees, addresses the establishment, calculation, collection, and amendment of school impact fees within the municipal boundaries of the city of Auburn. The city originally established school impact fees in 1998 by ordinance number 5078. Portions of 4 school districts occur within the city limits. Those would include Auburn School District, Derringer School District, Federal Way Public Schools, and Kent School District. And I encourage and urge your support.
Thank you. Council, questions or comments? All those in favor of ordinance number 6925, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6925 passes. Ordinance number 6928, an ordinance annexing certain property known as the Bridges and currently located within the city of Kent, Washington, into the city of Auburn pursuant to RCW 35.10.217 sub 2, and providing for severability and an effective date. Is there a motion? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to move ordinance number 6928 for adoption.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baggett.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ordinance number 6928 represents the final action by City Council to annex the Bridges community. The Bridges is a community that is currently located in the City of Kent. The City of Kent and the City of Auburn have been working a long and winding road to move this forward, and I would recommend the adoption of this ordinance.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to take a minute and give a thanks to staff and everybody within the administration, yourself included, Mayor, for the long amount of time and work and energy that was put into this particular ordinance and getting to this point. So thank you to everyone, as well as thank you to our counterparts in Kent. That's all.
Thank you, Councilmember Baldwin. It has been a long and, as was said, long and windy road with a lot of U-turns and roadblocks and water hazards, many other things along the way. But and we're celebrating now. I do thank all of the members. Most of the members sitting over there on the dais tonight have put in a lot of effort to ensure that this works properly. You would think that it is very simple to transfer a sewer system or a water system or a road network from one city to another, but it is not. Standards are not the same in every city. That doesn't mean one is substandard. It just means that they are different, and working through all those differences has been a significant amount of work. And I want to say thank you as well to everyone over on the dais and those who are not here tonight that did work on that, as well as our counterparts. As you said, Mayor Ralph and I started talking about this back in 2014 when I first became mayor and she was still on the council. So all those in favor of ordinance number 6928, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Congratulations. The population of the city of Auburn grows on January 1, 2024. And we will make sure that we welcome our new residents in an appropriate manner in the near future. Thank you very much, and council, thank you for your work on this. At times, I know it could be a little convoluted when things were brought forward for your approval or knowledge base. All right, moving on to resolutions. Resolution number 5748, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment to the agreement between the City of Auburn and Waste Management of Washington related to solid waste disposal. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I would move to adopt Resolution 5748.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baggett.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Yep. Resolution 5748 adjusts the disposal rate in the city's comprehensive garbage, recyclables, and compostables collection contract to include a fixed annual charge and a per-ton charge to match King County's rate restructure. King County Solid Waste Division is changing its rate structure for solid waste disposal effective January 1st of 2024. And as they implement aggressive waste reduction and recycling programs, they're planning to have a corresponding reduction in disposal revenues. And as a result, they have restructured to include this fixed annual charge for each city based on their share of the system's tonnage, and provide and a reduced basic per ton fee. The restructure is intended to collect the same revenue as the status quo, and customers should not see a change in the itemization on their invoices. Thanks.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5748, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5748 passes. And Joan, I see you in the audience. Thank you very much for your work on this as well. All right, we have come to the time on the agenda for mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. And we will begin with Deputy Mayor Jayraj.
Thank you, Mayor. I do not have any report this evening.
Thank you. Councilmember Malinga.
No report, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilmember Rakes.
I do have a couple. I was invited to West Auburn High School for their Student of the Month certificates. I have to tell you, that school is the best working with the kids, and the troubles that the kids have gone through and how they're excelling. I'm just totally impressed with them. I also attended the Santa breakfast on Saturday, serving, and that was just a really fun time with the kids. And then I attended the Santa parade, which was absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Councilmember Baggett.
No report tonight.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Okay,
Microphone.
I have a good report. I'm on the Human Development Committee in NLC, and HELO, the Hispanic Elective Local officials, asked me to promote Cesar Chavez' birthday and his sister Dolores Herrera to become a holiday. And so I brought it to the Human Development, and we passed it, and we put it in as whereas. The resolution is number 2330. And it was passed while we were in Atlanta. I did not go to the meeting. I was supposed to go to the board meeting, and I decided to do something with the girls. And they told me that night at our president's dinner dance that my resolution was passed and now is heading to Congress to make Cesar Chavez and Dolores Herrera's March 30th as a national holiday. And so I was so excited that I was asked to bring it forward. And Jeff Tate, Director Jeff Tate, you were complimented for helping us put some things on the agenda as the whereas. So the city of Auburn came out looking pretty good. So thank you for helping me on that. Then I also attended the Christmas parade and the Christmas breakfast, which was the Santa's breakfast, I apologize, which I took my grandkids to, and they had so much fun. Best event. Our city staff is just really outdoing, the Park and Recs are outdoing themselves on putting these events. The Santa parade, it was really nice to see our deputy mayor in the parade waving as well. And then I didn't see him anymore, but at least he was there for the parade. Again, we had good climate. We were looking for rain. I took my umbrella. There was no rain, and it was a nice event. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to express my appreciation to my fellow council members for supporting me for deputy mayor, and would also like to express my appreciation for the hard work and the effort of my fellow candidate, Yolanda Trout Manuel, who works hard at her job all the time. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. My report is similar to my counterparts in that I had a delightful time at the Santa breakfast, second seating. Go team.
Oh, you didn't want to get up early.
I would do like the late night, if anybody needs a late night breakfast, I would take that shift happily. But also our Santa parade and the tree lighting was just spectacular. And for those who couldn't make it, there was a bit of a snow appearance. As my mom says, if you don't believe, you don't receive. So I'm grateful going into the holiday season that we bring so much joy here in the city. So thank you to everyone who put in time and effort on that, and it's just magical every year.
Thank you. Right, a few items off of my calendar. On the 22nd of November, I volunteer, as I usually do, with the Auburn Food Bank for handing out the holiday baskets, food baskets. And this year they served over 500 families between the hours of 9 and noon. And that equates to well over 1,500 people who received a holiday meal. The numbers continue to grow, and the need is significant. And on Monday, November 27th, as I mentioned in my last report, the Regional Policy Committee, the work that we were doing on the Veteran Seniors and Human Services levy, that came forward for amendments, and there was an amendment that was supported that carved out $6 million from the Workforce Stabilization Fund to go into Food Security's capital fund, because there was no capital funds available for food security. So I voted to support that, because consider what the Auburn Food Bank has been going through, trying to identify funding sources to expand and make safe a place for people, as again, the number of individuals utilizing food banks and other places for food securities has grown significantly. That amendment was passed through the Regional Policy Committee, which means that it was then forwarded on to the King County Council. King County Council did not vote to accept that amendment, and so there will be another special Regional Policy Committee meeting prior to the holidays to reconsider that. And I believe that King County Councilmember Rod Dombowski will be bringing forward a motion that, while restoring the $6 million to the Workforce Stability Fund, will also allow for any extra funds that are collected from this levy to be put towards the Food Security's capital fund. I can support that, so we'll be doing so when that comes forward. At that meeting as well, there was the Doors Open initiative that I made a motion as a member of Sound Cities Association, sponsored an amendment that took the approximately 22% of the funds would go to municipalities outside the regional entertainment area. Basically, that means Seattle. And it was approximately 22%. And so the motion that I supported was to make that at least 25%, which significantly increases the dollars that are available to the suburban cities and unincorporated King County. That, I am happy to say, passed through the Regional Policy Committee and was also voted out of the Committee of the Whole, and will go to the full King County Council for their support. Breakfast with Santa. I was at the early shift, Councilmember Baldwin, because while you were at the second shift, I was at Shop with a Cop at Walmart with many of our Auburn Police Department officers, as well as some Washington State troopers and some City of Pacific police officers. The children that were there were selected from their respective schools within the Auburn School District. Always fun. And then they had the chance to wrap those gifts Some of the children took full advantage of the $100 for gifts for themselves, and many of them took full advantage of purchasing gifts for their other family members and maybe a small something for themselves. So always fun no matter what happens in there and how they choose to spend their $100. And then our Santa parade and tree lighting. I want to say thank you to Lucas Fernandez, who was this year's tree lighter. What a spectacular job he did. We also did a podcast with him prior to the parade. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that, I encourage you to do so. He is a very well-spoken young man. I have a feeling he will go places, and he's only 7 years old right now, a great member of our community. And then today had a meeting with the 47th Legislative District Senator Claudia Kaufman to talk about our legislative priorities that Council you passed about a month and a half ago. So getting a jump on those. There were many of the items on the agenda that the senator said she could support, and will be calling on all of us for additional support in the future. We have no reason for a closed or executive session tonight. We are adjourned.